Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good. Thank you very much. Well, so now that the time schedule is getting a bit late, but we really happy to be on the stage of Ramentech, and we literally all live in Fukuoka. And then we're gonna start talking about why Fukuoka, why we choose Fukuoka to live and settle down and making some business here. So before we start the session, I also would like to ask you guys, are you guys from outside of the Fukuoka? Raise your hand if you are outside of Fukuoka. Oh, okay, okay, 80%, 90%. Thank you very much. So let's think together why we are in Fukuoka. All right.
Why aren't you living here in Fukuoka?
Yeah,
that is more the question.
Yeah, what you're stuck in Fukuoka. All right, so let's start maybe introduction. Yeah, can you start, Alice? Yeah, can you start an introduction yourself?
Hello, everyone. So I'm Alice. I live in Fukuoka. I'm French. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Poland. I lived in Tokyo. I lived in Fukuoka, and now I'm staying in Fukuoka. It's been 4 years now. I'm a researcher, a relationship designer. I want to mention that I don't speak Japanese, but still I'm living in Fukuoka, and I'm loving Fukuoka. So you should really consider if you're really looking for a best place to, develop your businesses, your community, and just basically be happy. Fukuoka is a great place. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Les. Well, I know you love much about Fukuoka City, right? And you've been here for
4 years now.
4 years now. What do you make it? How do you make a living here?
So I'm a relationship designer, scientific director in Tsunagaru.
Okay.
Japanese company in everything, everywhere in Japan. They are over there. Yeah. So if you want to connect, they're right there.
All right.
And
okay.
And it helped me also to socialize a lot. It was a great opportunity.
Cool. Thank you very much. So Pablo. Yay! Here's Pablo Riveros.
Hi, konnichiwa. はじめまして、よろしくお願いします。Pablo です。Nice to meet you. Pablo, I'm a Chilean born and I grew up between Chile and Australia. My grandparents from Spain, but now I used to be a tech nomad. I live in 4 continents, Europe, South America, Australia, and now Japan is my home, Fukuoka City. I run a tech incubator and startup collectives in 3 countries, Taipei, Taiwan, Australia, and our headquarters in Asia is here, Fukuoka. It's called Fukuoka Startup Collective. And basically, we choose Fukuoka for many reasons. Comparing with Tokyo or Osaka, it's a very competitive city and very close to Asia. But yeah, I will be more than happy to deep in the discussion with all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming today. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you very much. So Pablo is definitely one of our, kind of leadership, initiatives to organize all the tech community in Fukuoka. You have global membership in your community, right? How many people are from how many countries?
Yeah, so we have roughly 25,000 members globally.
Wow.
And now we open our new hub, digital hub in Taiwan. So it's our 5th hubs.
Wow.
And yeah, we collaborate with cities, with partners, with Koli Fukuoka, with Ramentech to connect both ecosystem of startups, entrepreneurs, and tech nomad, digital nomad as well. So
thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm so honored to have you here. Thank you very much. All right, next it's Shun Ono.
Thank you. My name is Shun Ono. I am part of Fukuoka City's global business support. Basically, I support the international, basically I'm the interface between the international community and Fukuoka City. I myself was born in Philadelphia, but like Pablo, I've lived in Europe, I lived in the Americas, and now I am back in Fukuoka. But as to the question, why Fukuoka?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not questioning yet, but
Okay.
if you want to answer.
No.
Well, please tell us about like what are you doing now? Like, what is you're in charge of Fukuoka City?
So as mentioned, I'm part of the interface, and what that entails is I basically support everything on the entrepreneurial side and the business side for inbound to Fukuoka, help soft land, and then also on the outbound side, we have MOU system ecosystem partners all over the world, including Singapore, Taiwan, Bordeaux, Estonia, et cetera, and so forth. And we help relaunch back startups that are incorporated in Fukuoka, regardless of ethnicity, back outside into the world.
Yeah, thank you very much. So technically, we are like all of us not born in Fukuoka, not raised up in Fukuoka, but somehow we are now in Fukuoka, right? So okay, let's just figure out how we are stuck in Fukuoka now, right?
We're adopted.
Yeah,
Adopted by Fukuoka.
Yeah, exactly. There's a magnet. Well, lastly, let me sincerely introduce myself as well. My name is Riveros. I'm the co-founder of the Collective Fukuoka, bringing a digital nomad from all over the world, and not only just digital nomad, also the entrepreneur and the investors and just employees who can be remote worker, come to Japan and Fukuoka as well. And this year we have more than 900 registrations only for this event. And also I'm really happy to collaborate with Ramentech. And also there are many people actually from Collective Fukuoka joined to the Ramentech, not only just to enjoy as a tourist, but also seeking some business opportunity in Fukuoka, not in Tokyo, Osaka, but in Fukuoka, which is a really interesting movement, I think. Why people come Fukuoka and interest us, okay, first question, maybe I can ask the Shun-san, because you're always talking to the global people in terms of the business, things. Then how you think, about how do you promote about Fukuoka? How you persuade them to come to Fukuoka? What's the term?
That's a really good question. I think it's kind of like how would you say? It's like you're asking, tell me why Fukuoka ain't nothing but a heartbreak. And
wow.
There's love here. That's the whole point about it.
Love.
There's a lot of love here, and especially on the community side, tech side, on the nomad side, but also on the startup and business side. The Fukuoka city shows love. The FGN and GBS on our side, we are there to also share the love and also help them on board into the local economy, and then also with the universities and the businesses that are located here, they're open to innovate together with the startups. So it's all love. Yeah.
Okay, that's really abstract, I guess. I was expecting you're gonna talk about more technical term about Fukuoka, startup visa. Or
we could talk about
the
technical
startup
terms
ecosystem.
too. Yeah. We can talk about technical terms too. I mean, we have also Fukuoka as the first city to enact the startup visa opportunity. This is basically a soft landing / support program, whereas instead of the traditional methodology of investing upfront by way of incorporation, you just need to show that you have a certain amount of capital, basically to show that you are able to live and you're able to open up a business that satisfies that aforementioned investment amount, and you are in the innovative sector. So knowledge creation such as semiconductor, AI, contents, etc., and so forth.
Yep. I mean, wow. So Fukuoka City is one of the first city in Asia to just focus into the creating the startup ecosystem. Then we just grown up so fast, and we are also chosen as an Asian fastest growing startup ecosystem in Asia 5 or 6 years ago, something like that, right?
Exactly. I think our origins was in 2012 when the youngest ever elected mayor in Japan, Mayor Takashima, he pushed forward that that Fukuoka is going to be part of that startup city to support the local economy, also retain the talent that always goes to Tokyo. And that was 2012. 2014, we've had milestones from then on forward. Opening of the startup cafe at FGN right across from there. To 2016, first IPO, Fukuoka-based startup. 17 renewal, 2020, 24, 25. We're always growing and reaching for the stars. We have now the numbers, now reaching for the heights. So.
Yeah, so we're still like running like earlier than the other cities. However, since we started to promote to the startup ecosystem, the other cities like Shibuya, Osaka, Kyoto, Sapporo, Nagoya, Okinawa, also like following us now. They're also creating the Asian like startup ecosystem, just like as like looking same as Fukuoka City. Also, not only just in Japan, but like Vietnam, Thailand, or all over the Asian countries also. Like try to tell them like, oh, we also have the amazing ecosystem in our country. So why don't you come to our country, open your business here? Like technically, if you go to the tech conference all over the country, sounds like really same thing, right?
Exactly. It's like a whole new world. Like, don't you dare close your eyes.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, again, once you just hear what they're saying, it doesn't sound like really different, right? So then I just want to ask the Pablo and Alice, so why we're here? Like, you could go, like you already have the connection with the Taiwanese ecosystem that must be so amazing and fantastic and attractive to you, right?
Yeah.
And the other countries also calling you because you have the 25,000 membership. Everyone wants your community.
Yeah.
But why you still set up? Why are you stuck in Fukuoka as your like base?
So I'm a startup founder and I'm an entrepreneur. So when I choose locations, I usually took a lot of data-driven information before to choose any city. When I moved to Japan during the pandemic 4 years ago, there was a we knew the trend of Fukuoka City, but it was not well developed in terms of many growing ecosystems. So when I moved here, we identified the connections between Asia. Fukuoka has one of the most attractive transport or airport, very close to Busan, Taipei, Taiwan, or even in Asia. So there is the first thing, the connectivity is incredible. But the second thing is, the most important is the capital of investment that you can start considering in Fukuoka. It is low risk in terms you invest in here, you grow here. Because for many reasons, the operational cost that you go to Tokyo or you go to Osaka is quite more expensive. Running the operations, running a business, hire a team. But at the same time, Fukuoka offered very attractive, like startup visa, the FGN Grow Next, and also one of the maybe the SoftBank, the founder, right? He's from Saga, from Sawa City, very close to Fukuoka, and you see. This person is running one of the largest SoftBank groups in the world, and it's also we can say is here a neighbor from Fukuoka City. So you see there is quite a growing trend of the ecosystem. But the third more important, when you are startups, you need to launch your POC, proof of concept. You need to launch your MVP.
Sure.
And Fukuoka City offer this POC very attractive for any startup to launch your product, test, grow, and then you can expand in Tokyo. Opposite, we always call it startup, do the reverse when you go to Japan. Go to small, go big after. The trending say that normally largest startup go to Tokyo, Osaka, and they fail because of huge competitions there. So the entry of those countries, cities are huge. But Fukuoka has low risk. You can prototype your solution and then grow in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, so Fukuoka City is not just like, not just like as big as Tokyo, but since the geographically the town is not really big, so that you just when you walk on the street, you literally just meet each other like every day once you're walking there, right?
Yeah, that basically happened to all of us.
Right.
I just wanted to add on that something I noticed in Fukuoka that I think is quite amazing compared to all the city that you quoted before is that the permeability between the groups, how much there is silos sometimes, between the government, between the startups, between the universities. I think in Fukuoka, the permeability is like pretty high. Like we see the people from the city and from the prefecture coming to the event, coming to the co-working space, the networking event, so we can easily connect with them. They are truly committed, you know, to know what's happening in Fukuoka, what do we want, who we are, where we're going. Same for the university. The university is very active. They're very present in all the events, doing their presentation. I really like that connection we have everywhere. And I think it connects to what you just said about that mindset of support rather than competition. That is quite true in Fukuoka. I feel like Tokyo, there is no space. You know, you have to fight to make your own space. Fukuoka basically said like, yeah, come, you're welcome. We're gonna help you. So that changes a lot, and it helps. Like when you meet people in the street, you feel like easily connected to everyone. So
sure,
yeah,
wow, yeah. I'm really interested in what you're saying because you are the professional for the relationship, right? So as a professional, I want to hear about more about like kind of relationship things in Fukuoka City. Like, okay, so now you don't really speak Japanese. I know you like understand Japanese. I think all of the like foreigners from outside from Japan always worry about Japanese people don't speak English, right? So you're gonna be kind of in struggle to communicate with people. So how do you sort of how do you take care of that like as a foreigner?
Well, so yeah, indeed, I'm used to say that I don't speak Japanese. If you limit that to the verbal expression, of course. I think now I spend time in Japan and there's other way of communication than just words. So I don't want to say that I don't understand Japanese. I don't speak that much, but I do understand. I've noticed a few things in Fukuoka. I think the very position of Fukuoka in Japan makes the people here already a little bit more open and used to have more foreigners flowing through the city. We're exposed to Korea, to Taiwan, to Vietnam. We have a lot of people going through, and I think that helps to connect. People in Fukuoka have I think, quite of a global mindset, which is surprising because when you say global mindset, people would think of Tokyo. But I think people in Fukuoka have a good global mindset, which helps a lot, even though you don't speak Japanese fluently. I think you can actually communicate, you can connect with people, and that honestly helps a lot. I don't know if that's something recent, but I've seen more and more people in Fukuoka speaking English too. I mean, that's a great surprise for me, but more staff, more people in the business community. And you were talking about relationships just before. One of the things that I'm trying to push usually is like when you want to build a community or you want people to collaborate together, putting them in the same room is not enough. You know, it's just like people in the same room are just a group. They're not a community. So if you want something to happen, it's not magical. You need to, create those opportunities. You need to give incentives. You need to understand the benefit, the needs, the expectations, all of it. And I see the Fukuoka city is pretty active on that. Like they are asking questions, not just doing their stuff. They're asking questions. And we have the chance to have other stakeholders in the city that are also working on those layers, of connection and making these connections happen. So I think that helps a lot for the relationship building that we have in the city.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, so as Shun-san mentioned before about the mayor's initiative in Fukuoka City, so he always mentions the Fukuoka City like Asian, like a gateway of Asia, right? So he put the theme of the Fukuoka City, we should be the gateway of Asia. So since he started to pay attention to become a gateway of Asia, like all of the like initiatives, not only just in terms of the startup ecosystem, but or tourism or any other, like social issues, always like try to connect with Asia. Like in Ramentech, for example, it's really easy, to see like, okay, we're gonna have a tech conference, but we need to connect as many, Asian countries as possible. That's our kind of KPI. How we can have more Asian vibes here. That's our KPI, right, Shun-san? You also
no, for sure, yeah, it's our KPI. But I also think the city layout or how the city was really opportune, for the moment. Many of you, I'm sure, may have come with the plane and landed at Fukuoka Airport. But Fukuoka Airport being right in the middle of the city, you're 5-10 minutes away, and we have so much direct connections to Asia, Europe, Finland, and of course I think Hawaii as well in the U.S. So we are right opportunity, and that also on a tangent too is a development of part of the startup initiative in Fukuoka City, again chaired by the mayor. Perhaps maybe some of you may have been here 10-15 years ago or may not or have heard about it, but back in the days we didn't have all these high rises like the Ritz-CARTON itself. This what was built last year,
2 years ago.
Yeah.
back in the days, since the city is so close to the since the airport is so close to the city, you couldn't build high rises bigger than I think the capital, the city hall. But that was based on rules and data 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and they just haven't revised that. You know?
Yeah.
But Fukuoka City, being that startup city, is also a sandbox city. You know, it's not. It's allowed to petition directly to the relevant governmental agencies in charge of such license or regulations and request them to relax the rules. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And that's what now we're able to.
Yeah, I mean,
think so.
yeah. When oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I agree with you. Absolutely. As a foreigner,
POCs, yeah, too.
as a foreigner entrepreneur, you see the connections with the government. You can just chat on Facebook, and we can talk directly, different requests. And I think the flexibility that Rio mentioned about the community and connection with the government, it's very unique. And believe me, guys, when you want to grow up your startup, when you want to get the support from the local government or ecosystem, you really need to collaborate with or understand how system works. We tend to think when you are a foreigner founder, oh, Japan is too complicated, it's too hard to enter in the business. But honestly speaking, Fukuoka is different. And I guess how you guys clearly say it's very close to Asia. You see so many, now it's a holiday in China. There are many Chinese people in Fukuoka. There are many people from Korea as well now. So it's very multinational. And we always see a flow of people moving around this city that create this kind of fresh innovation and vibe that is also very important.
I feel like more familiar to Korea and Taiwan than Tokyo, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? Like, it's kind of surprising
Where's
to
Tokyo?
me. Where's, no.
No. They're sushi
I mean,
tech of East,
yeah,
Ramentech
like
West.
physically, I mean, like mentally, you know, like I feel like far about Tokyo. Like, okay, like Korea, Taiwan, okay, I can go tomorrow. I can go tonight, right?
Even, Korea is what, 1 hour away by plane?
Yeah, 1 hour to Seoul.
So
yeah, 2 hours to Taiwan.
2 hours, 2.5 or 2 hours to Tokyo, right? So it's
Yeah,
even,
kind of. Yeah, like you know that like geographically, Kyushu looks like facing west. Did you see that? There's some face, you know. There's a nose, which is about Nagasaki. Yeah, looking at the west. So since I just moved to Fukuoka from Tokyo, I feel like I'm always like facing to the west, which is about Korea, China, and Taiwan. Yeah. Well, so. Like back to the history of the Koribu Fukuoka also happened the kind of the same thing. Like I was looking for some venue, destination where I can bring the digital nomad to. You know, at the moment I had no idea where should I take the destination. But like once I just started to talk to the Fukuoka city, that should be happening in Fukuoka as number one, as the first one, and the only one, something like that. You know, once the Fukuoka people from Fukuoka find something Asia or global, they want to take it. You know, like no matter where you're coming from. Oh, are you from the foreign countries and you want to open your business? Catch you. So, kind of the vibes, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is totally different vibes from the other city. Yeah, you want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, to be fully honest, it feels good to feel welcome.
Yeah.
You know, like or expected, or like they want you to come here.
Yeah.
Feels good. And you know, we talked about like a lot of different cities and places. I don't want to roast Tokyo too much either, but you know, Fukuoka is still great and like it's kind of a joke, you know, but like when you say all you need is love, but kind of, you know, like in Fukuoka you feel like they want you to be here.
Yeah.
So why not, you know?
Sweet dreams are made of these, you know. It's
Yeah, I mean, like Fukuoka is like a totally like an amazing town. So now, I mean, you know, maybe the audience is going to be boring talking, just listening about how attractive the Fukuoka city is. Maybe we need to also talk about some challenging if you are the resident in Fukuoka city, I guess. Yeah, I mean, this session really want to, you know, like share about what's going to happen if you move to Fukuoka. It doesn't have to be just moving, just like maybe as a digital nomad, like you know, like just staying here for maybe 3 months with a tourist visa first, and looking around Fukuoka city, and also connecting to the local community, and find some like small opportunity to do something from the scratch. But then maybe you go to Shun-san's place. Shun-san is always waiting at the FGN.
FGN.
Right?
if you guys are looking to start up, look, I'm always here to. I'm always there, answer your questions. If there's anything, please, don't hesitate to grab me or reach out to me, of course, and reach out to my friends here too. But I think going to the challenge, I think the challenge is to leave Fukuoka.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean that's the hard part.
Sure.
But there may be a point. I think what also Fukuoka City represents is, I think what also Pablo mentioned is like there may be a point where you graduate. If you are say in manufacturing or in construction, some industries, of course, Tokyo dominates.
Yeah.
But I think Fukuoka is that great, easy and fast landing pad. And then while you may be crying and going to this airport and then going to Tokyo to your next life, I think Fukuoka presents that, that love.
That's a really
There are challenges.
Yeah.
There are challenges. I'm a foreign entrepreneur. When I moved here, I didn't speak Japanese. So it was a little bit bureaucratic and the paper things and go to the city, print the hanko, and it was すごいね。なんで I was like so surprised. You have to print 2 hanko, a stamp, physical stamp to put in your documents but I always use the parody, or when you think about Japan is still in some cases many paper-based, and there are many things that are not digital.
It's not about Fukuoka thing, though.
But in one thing is when you do that, it's really fast in the process. So the visa that you get here is super fast. So some process. I live in Australia. It takes you one year and a half to get a visa. In Japan, it could be all paper, but you get in 2 weeks the visa. In 1 month sometimes. So that's to show you that when Japan will combine on Fukuoka, the digital transformation will be so fast.
That's true.
But that's kind of challenging that you see. But Fukuoka, it's pointing very well because they have many support in English as well.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Just I moved from Tokyo to Fukuoka. Then when you move to the other municipalities, like you have to go to the city office to technically put a stamp, right? That's what I expected. But Fukuoka City actually solved all of that kind of the paper process into the online process. So you don't really have to go to the city hall to put the stamp, but you can do that from your home and apply for all of the registration to be registered as the resident of the Fukuoka City. That was so like surprising to me. Yeah.
In terms of challenges, there's something I'd like to mention that some people were there when I was presenting yesterday. We were talking about like the different professional mindset, between like Japanese people, foreigners. If I try to envision like what would be like the big challenges when we want this big global magic to happen, I would say that at some point we might need more help to collaborate at a deeper level. Because being in the same city is great. Supporting each other is great. If we want to actually start projects together and work together, we might need a little bit of help to educate each part of the equation to how to collaborate together. Like there are some interesting papers that were made by JETRO about how Japanese people are making a decision. What is the flow and when the decision happens between the beginning of the discussion and the it's so interesting, and when the decision is made, and the differences with like American people. And if you don't know about it, the amount of confusion, frustration that can happen in that kind of collaboration, I think could be like quite problematic. So I don't know if we are at that point yet, but I think at some point that will be one of the challenges for Fukuoka. If we want that global magic to happen, we will need some education of like international collaboration support.
I don't think it's not only about the international thing. Even me as a Japanese who moved from Tokyo, I feel like, okay, so one of the challenging to be a resident in Fukuoka City, keeping your health. Like ramen, udon, like the food is like too delicious, to keep you healthy.
We have some big, good health tech and life science startups coming up in Fukuoka. I think they'll have a cure for you.
I mean, yeah, that's not really like joking. Actually, you need to, you need to keep your like diet like really healthy. But secondly, the community is really open at the first gate. Like. It's really easy to open for the first gate. so you can get into the community so easy. But there are some more gates, get deeper into the real community, like local community. Yeah, I can feel that even as a Japanese, but who were not born in Fukuoka City. Yeah, you know that? You're feeling that? And people really love drinking alcohol outside. So even if I wanna talk deeper with the guy, then can we talk more after the dinner? Yeah, let's go to the bar. And the bar is not like a speakeasy bar, more fun party. Yeah, that's kind of maybe culture gap, I think. Yeah.
Don't forget the street stalls. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Fukuoka. I think that is also a great opportunity to get to even talk to neighbors at the street stall who you don't
Yeah.
even know. They may not even speak English, or you may not be able to speak Japanese to them. But I think there's some magic that happens when you share some skewers, some shochu, and
Yeah,
some
I mean,
ramen.
the alcohol really helps to connect for the first gate, but for the second gate, third gate, the alcohol actually doesn't have anything. Nobody remember what we talk for tomorrow next day.
That's an issue.
Yeah, that's actually an issue. Yeah, to keep the relationship deeper.
For my part, I don't drink alcohol that much, just a little bit. So
That's
I
good.
had had the same issue, working in the companies, I don't really drink. Sorry, but I choose to take on a coffee option. And coffee option actually works pretty well.
Yeah. So you have to make sure if the guy you're talking to the day before, you have to make sure do you remember what we talk, who I am. All right. Anyway, so we still have 5 minutes now. If we can maybe move on to the FAQ session, if someone has a question, anyone?
Any question?
Maybe just quick shout out to Hawaii sitting right in the front. too.
Sure. Maybe I can move. I can move it.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Will. I'm making a self-bootstrap company here in Fukuoka called Rakuderu. So we already have a proof of concept, an app, and everything. What for Pablo, especially, and Shun, what do you guys think would be the next step for me to proceed to find a business partner that can actually run the business, as I'm more an engineer person? What do you guys think it should be the next step for me to do? Thank you very much.
Thank you. From the government part, maybe, and I can give you from my private part.
Well, so I've also run my own startup as well. I think, of course, more discussions with you to hear more on the detail, devil's in the details. But you are looking for a potential partner or maybe even a CXO, it sounds like. It sounds like the business is already perhaps established. If not, then we can help you with the startup visa program and bring you on board. Then not a problem. FGN has a wonderful function where it helps you connect with other entrepreneurs or perhaps future entrepreneurs that want to maybe support you on the managerial side or the operation side, because it sounds like you're the CTO. You can utilize that kind of opportunity. They are also a lot of bilingual talent there, so I think that may fit if you do or do not speak Japanese. On the partnership side, maybe you just like to offload your service to another startup or perhaps a business in Fukuoka. We are able to connect you to local and national businesses too. That could be maybe a distributor. It could be a strategic partner. I think there's a few ways to go about it, but we have that function to business match or connect you to FDC or of course Jetro has a local matching system that we have a tight bond with and are able to connect with. But Pablo.
From the private side, we are in a private tech incubator, so we can go directly to a VC. You become a member of us, and we have a close networking with. We are founders to founders, so we are no backup by any organization. So that gave you acceleration and agile approach to any of our partners. We recently signed partnership with Notion, NordVPN, big companies that can help. And also we have as Rio mentioned, here you need to create a deep and be part of the community. You need to be part of someone, because when I moved to Japan, I was only me. To talk to the city, nobody will listen to me. But now I have Manabu, Fukuoka Startup Collective. We are a collective group. And that is how we need to approach in Japan, in any business. You need to be part of something. So I could invite you to be part of Manabu Hubs, understand, because when you pitch with only you, it's really hard, especially in Japan. But when you are in part of a collective group, things can make it easier because we can connect you with other people, partners, and so on. So.
Yeah, to add to that, like I was about to say that, like, being part of any kind of a group that will add a label on your company will help you honestly to find a lot of partners, I think, here. And I also know that there are some private businesses in Fukuoka that are specialized in helping for that business matching with local other company. I met a few of them, and those people usually are just in love with Kyushu area, and they are Japanese and very close to a lot of local company, and they will specialize in just listening to what are you doing, what is your vision, and trying to connect you with the appropriate person, coming with you, helping for the meeting, and building that trust as a Japanese person and being on your side. So honestly, I think there are many options.
All right, so maybe one more quick question and answer. Sure, okay.
Hi, my name is Tony. I was just wondering if you could speak to the early stage, ecosystem, seed investment, angel investors, and what that ecosystem is like here in Fukuoka.
Maybe Shun-san?
Hey, Tony, good question. Maybe to preface all this, the startup ecosystem in Japan in general is also only maybe 20 years old. It's very young. And that's just maybe the word startup was thrown out. Of course, it's not saying that we didn't have entrepreneurs before. Japan is also based on entrepreneurs, but the term ecosystem, the startup, is maybe 20 years old. And Fukuoka City having 2012, so that's 13, 14 years ago, having enacted its own initiative, gives us a lead. In short, we have angel round investors, seed stage, pre-series A. In Japan as a whole, I would say, other than Tokyo, we have more of a group or more of a population, but that does not mean that we could use more. It's still growing. It will continue to grow from here on forward, but you rest assured, even the local banks, Bank of Fukuoka, Nishi-Nihon Bank, West
FFG,
Japan, they are also have their own VC arm and are active partners at FGN and with the Fukuoka City, and actively invest in local and also national startups.
Yeah. Also, to add what Shun mentioned, there is also recently, just less than 6 months, there's one of the largest investment portfolio from Taiwan, CDIB, came to the city. And after Tokyo, it's the second office is here, is in CIC. So that shows you actually to a huge, large investment in Asia moved to Fukuoka is for some reason. And that's kind of show you that there's a huge potential in terms of pre-seed. They invest in, I meet them, they invest in Series A, large. But in terms of pre and C, there are many small ecosystems as well, and many angel investors as well, especially because the connection that we have Fukuoka with Taiwan. There are many angel investors from Taiwan, they invest in Fukuoka and some partners. So there's a huge potential here.
Yeah, I mean, I also heard many stories about foreign investors actually really interested to see the industry in Fukuoka, startup ecosystem in Fukuoka, because they already see, how much the size of the ecosystem in Tokyo, Osaka, but Fukuoka is still kind of hidden, It's a bit really not clear to see the market size or what kind of the potential startup is coming up, And also, as we mentioned, we are the gateway of Asia. So you just once come to Fukuoka, you're going to see not only just a local ecosystem in Fukuoka, but also you're going to connect to the Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam. Many of the Asian countries also come to Fukuoka. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of different opportunity, for the startups to find the VC or investors for the series like A or angel angel investment, I think.
No, exactly. And
Yeah.
I think it also goes back to that we've been doing it kind of for the longest, so we know how to help and who to connect.
Yeah.
I think other cities, and they're wonderful places. They're amazing places.
Yeah.
But sometimes, it's again devil's in the details.
Yep.
And Fukuoka is able to support you there.
Yeah, so this is also the reason why Ramentech doesn't have the as bigger venue as possible. We just spread out all the small conferences like around the town. Then it's like maybe promoting you guys to connect it closer to the pitchers, exhibitors, like more like in person. This is the strategy, which is a kind of different from the other cities. We are not just asking to come. We don't really show how we are big, just to try to connect you guys more in person. So please take advantage of that matching system, or all of the events, the meeting up, and it's also eating ramen to connect people. This is our original way to connect. Yep. All right, so we have to close now. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Ramentech in our session, and I hope you guys enjoyed more
Thank you.
2 days. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。